So I'm going to be doing my first impressions on a brand new release I just picked up. It's only available, from my understanding, on Macy's. You have to go to Macy's. It's not even on the website yet. It's been out for, I think, about a week now if you go to Macy's. So I had a chance to actually stop by my local Macy's and I picked this up. And it is the newest from the Y line. It is EDP Intense, the Eau de Parfum Intense. Brand new release again. There is a lot in this line, as you know. There's the EDT. There is Y Live. There is the EDP, which is what this one is essentially supposedly the intense version of. And then there is the La Parfum. So this La Parfum is the newest of the line, before the intense. All of this line is really a kind of very youthful fragrance. It's based around really a very strong apple note, sage, and this aldehydic vibe that you get from the line. They do it to different degrees. It's changed up depending on the concentration, the release, everything else. But they all have that kind of DNA throughout. Interestingly enough, the new one does not. You will notice an absence of, at least in the note breakdown, of green apple and the aldehydes. You will also notice the absence of tonka bean, which is in all of the other, well, most of the other ones, if not all the other ones. Especially it's definitely in the EDP and the Le Parfum. Now, I don't know exactly where it's going to go from here. I'm going to go ahead and open it now and let you all know what I think. Like I said, it is a brand new release. I want to get this out there. It is just going to be my first impressions. So, take that for what it is. I'm not going to have a whole chance to really do the dry down and everything. For those wondering, like I said, it's available at Macy's. This is a 3.3 ounce, and I paid $156.88 after tax, without any discount or anything like that. Box is the same as every other box in the line for the most part. It's just like the EDP. It just says intense on the bottom. The people at the counter didn't even know they had this in stock. So it was in the case, but they didn't know until I pointed it out. It's the bottle. So it looks like the EDP as far as the plate goes, but then it looks almost like the black bottle from the Le Parfum. So it's kind of like you took both of those, although this is some semi-translucent, so it isn't the same as the Le Parfum. Otherwise, the bottle looks the same. Okay, same plastic cap. Again, same etching in there. Corner. Not much really there. So, the notes on this. Interestingly enough, again, like I said, you'll notice the absence of a few notes. So, the top has bergamot, ginger, juniper berry. Both ginger and juniper berry are present in the rest of the line. But you will notice green apple is missing. You will also notice the aldehydes are missing. The heart notes are lavender, sage, and geranium. Those are present, obviously, in the rest of the line as well. Patchouli, vetiver, and cedarwood in the base. Now, if you go to the other two, being Le Parfum and the YEDP, you will notice both of those have tonka bean in it, which are absent here. You will also notice they both have olibanum, which is absent here. The EDP has amberwood, which is not present here. Both of them have either bergamot or grapefruit. Both of them also have ginger. So the mid is pretty much the same throughout, though, with slight changes here and there. But again, the main difference is there's no apple here, there's no aldehydes here, and there is no tonka bean or olibanum. So let's see what it smells like. I will do a more thorough comparison to the others now. I will spray them now just to kind of give you a first impressions comparison on how it stacks up. This is the Intense atomizer, really nice. So the first thing you notice, it's sweet. Again, there is an absence of the aldehyde, so you don't get that kind of effervescent jumping off smell really as much as the other line or the other ones in the line. You also definitely don't get that green apple vibe. So that kind of cloying green apple that EDP is known for, that really kind of projects and pushes out, and it makes you very noticed, is noticeably not present here. So that is definitely the biggest difference. I'm going to spray this on the skin. see how it smells on the skin. But I would say, based on just my own recollection of these scent profiles, it smells like it's going to be closer to the Y Le Parfum than the EDP. Mainly because the La Parfum has a dialed back apple note, and the aldehydes aren't as crazy. Yeah, I mean, the apple is definitely more present in the EDP. If it's even present at all in the new one. I'm not really picking up on it at all, and it doesn't show it as a note, so I doubt it is. The Le Parfum, it's still smoother. It is classier smelling, in my opinion. Yeah, the EDP has got something special that really, I think, is key to this line. It's like green apple and the aldehydes. Really, the aldehydes. It's something that really I enjoy. You know, it really kind of brings me to it. Wants me to come back and smell it more and more. Admittedly, the combination of the two can be cloying, and I don't wear the EDP as much as I do the Le Parfum. But I love that aldehydic vibe. It's the same reason I like the regular EDT. It also has the aldehydes, but it's not as cloying. So I personally wear the original YEDT more than the EDP, which I know is controversial. So on the skin, I'll be honest, I'm not really big on this. I'm not big on it on the paper either. I think first impressions, okay, I gotta wear it. It loses a lot of what makes Y special. You don't have the green apple, you don't have the aldehydes. Which what that does really to me is makes it a less interesting fragrance, more generic smelling, and more or less distinguished. Now, I think it also, with the absence of the tonka bean, you're getting a less of a sweetness. Now, it's still sweet, but it's less sweet. Yeah, I mean, it's just nothing special. I think the EDP, the EDT, and ooh, yeah, and the Le Parfum are better. Honestly, there's something about the green apple and the aldehydes, even though I don't wear the EDP as much because it is super cloying in my opinion. There's just something special about it that you don't get in the rest of the line. The EDT, I think, retains that the most. The Le Parfum is definitely the one I wear the most. And I think will continue to be the one I wear the most. But there is something special about that EDP. This new one kind of does its own thing. I'm going to wear it right now so I can give you all full impressions, full review on the skin. But quite honestly, if I were to rank these now off of first impressions from what I've, know, this would be fourth. Live would be below this, and then this would be before live. And then I would have, based on what I wear, it would be YEDP, YEDT, and then Y Le Parfum. Based on what I actually really just prefer from a scent profile itself, it would be YEDT, YEDP, Y Le Parfum. But this is all right. Again, it's not as sweet. You don't get any of that really juicy green apple. You don't get any of the aldehydes that really make the Y the signature DNA that it is. You get a much safer, what seems to be a much closer to the skin scent profile, and in all honesty, a much more boring scent profile. Yeah, I'm not blown away. People who say this smells exactly like the EDP, that is way off. People who say this smells exactly like Live, that is also way off. I think it smells closest to the Y Le Parfum, but I still think it's off quite a bit. Again, you're missing the main components of Y Le Parfum. While they're more well-rounded and less cloying, they're just absent here. So while Mylar Parfum, they're there. They're just not as crazy, not as intense. Here, they're just absent. Why this is called YEDP Intense is beyond me. I think, maybe they could have gone with like the elixir or something like that. It just takes a different turn. It's not the same. And quite honestly, I think it's pretty disappointing. I think they were trying to get on that train. They were trying to release it. They know it's going to sell, and it will, absolutely. But I don't think it's one you need. If you have any of them from the line, I really don't think it's one you need. As you know, the Y line is pretty redundant anyway. Quite honestly, But again, I'll pick it up to renew it or review it. I will do a full wearing, like I said, and I'll get back to you with a final review. But as of right now, if you're not able to pick this up, I don't think you're missing out.